A brand new week. It is another episode. It is the Dawning Experience with Chami Moroke. On today's Women in Power edition, we are joined by Her Royal Highness Princess Palesa Kambule, who will take us on her interesting journey as a businesswoman and also someone who has been through a lot in her journey and her experiences. Do enjoy our show. Let me take this moment to welcome you, Her Royal Highness Princess. Welcome to our show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm really honored to take part on this.
Yes. Please take me through you being Her Royal Highness, because you told me something earlier on that you love being addressed as Her Royal Highness Princess. Please take me through that.
It's not even about I love to be addressed. I demand to be addressed. It's my birthright.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my birthright. Actually, the sixth generation from the great-grandfather who was King Panze. So it's my birthright.
To be addressed as a princess.
Yes.
All right.
Also crowned princess as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting next to a princess. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, Princess, now as we get into your journey, please take us through the Princess Palesa who hails from Soweto. Let's just take it from that journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm born and raised in Soweto. And from a family, parents, siblings.
Yes.
And it has been a very, very interesting journey. I grew up, I didn't grow up struggling.
Yeah.
No, I don't know any struggle. No, I'll be lying.
Yeah.
And I've always told people that they would say I'm from the dusty streets of Soweto. The roof was never dusty.
Yeah.
When I was born. It had a tar road.
Everything was there.
Yeah. So I cannot lie and say I'm from the dusty street. No.
Just be honest.
Yeah, but then through the journey of my education, getting married with a nice family of my mental family, and my after marriage I had 2 kids.
Yes.
And the problems started when I started the journey of business.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part then.
Before even going further, what happened is that on the process of me starting the business, I then lost my whole family. They died.
Wow.
Yeah, and they died. The first person who died was my sister. She was shot by the boyfriend, and the boyfriend killed himself. And then my dad was then sick of what happened.
Of course.
And he had a heart attack, and my other sister followed, and my mother followed.
It took a toll on the whole family.
Yeah, and then I was that time thinking God blessed me because I received a very big tender. And thinking of black communities of where we are coming from, black society, I've just lost my family.
Then now suddenly you've got money. Money. You know what comes into your mind. Yeah.
And okay, that time you don't even feel whatever because you are still in pain.
Yes.
But again, that money brought problems in my life.
Yeah.
Not only that of the loss, and also in my marriage. That was the end of my marriage. Because of my ex, then he started to be so abusive. Very much abusive. To a point which he ended up shooting me.
He ended up shooting you?
Yeah. So that was like, oh my God. After I thought I'm just moving in the right direction. I'm just bringing the worst thing in my life. And
so from the shooting, then what happened?
It's the hospitals, it's the place of safety, it's the courts. It's just a lot. and it just holds and stops everything in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Many people that have never been into abusive relationships or marriages, they are always asking, but why this woman is not going? Or why this woman is not reporting this to the police? You don't know how abusers deal with you first psychologically. It's not easy. If you are out, you're out there by God's grace.
Indeed.
And if you are even out alive, then God really loves you. Because it's not something that is easy.
Yes.
It's something that is very bad and painful. So after that, while I was still recovering, I received a phone call. I had months and close to a year. I have not seen my kids. I'm depressed. I'm everything, like you can imagine. And the person says to me, are you Palesa? We are looking for a new contractor. This and this. I'm like, oh my God, this one wants to bring problems for me on top of problems. I'm tired. You just get drained and tired, And boom, I get the biggest contract ever again.
Goodness.
And it's like, oh, so God is still with me.
Of course.
I'm still surviving and all of that. And for the 8 years of my life, that time, it was the best 8 years of my life.
But Sis Palesa, let me just take you back, because you were shot by your partner. Then I read something that after that incident, you went and you dropped the case.
Yes.
Why? If I can
the reason why I dropped the case, it was that when this thing was happening, it was after my loss. So the family that I had, it was an extended family. And because of the tender that I had that time, every family, everybody was close to me. And all the advices were that you are left with no one except this man. You are just an orphan. So this man is there to take care of you and children.
So it's either you drop the case.
So you must just speak to yourself and drop the case and move on with your family life. And this is what many, many, many people have, come to that part. And I went. I remember the prosecutor said, no, this is not your case. This is a state case.
Of course.
I was like, please, I don't want this. I don't want to come to court. I won't come to court. I won't do it. Because I just wanted this thing to be over. Because I said, we've divorced now, so I won't be close to him.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was it. And I'm just trying, because I know my time is small. I'm just trying. My life is very long. I'm talking of 18 years of my journey.
Yes.
So
and it's very long.
So I'm trying to
just give us bits of it.
Yeah. So when I got that second tender, I then felt a need to have a masculine around me. I wanted to be married. I wanted a man. I wanted a husband.
Yes.
And I felt good with what I had that time. And people would take advantage of me.
Of course.
And I felt a void in my heart. But, I have to be married. It's a must. You see, I told so many people that even on the book that is coming, my second marriage had nothing to do with love.
It was just feeling the void.
It was feeling the void, and also for my protection. I felt that I needed protection. So now, if you are getting married because of that reason, it's not the man that looks for you. You look for the man,
of course.
And I did that. I googled and searched him. And I found him. Yeah. And and that's how I said, this one is the one for me.
And you went for him.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the agenda.
I never said to him, hey, I like you, I love you, I married you. But I acted in the way that he will then
Yes.
see
Yes.
that
This is what it
this
is.
is it. And let me tell you something, that I've had the best marriage that time.
Wow.
Because why? Money was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our fights, even no matter how much he's angry or I'm angry, we never stopped calling each other sweet or loving, even in the midst of the fights. You know?
Yes.
And we had 2 beautiful kids, and then disaster started coming back again.
Ooh.
I did a decision of buying goods outside of the country with an LC, and the goods were never cleared, they never arrived, and I lost that money, which was quite huge money. And by that time, I had businesses all over. I was running very big, and I had a lot of debts.
Is it when you were a millionaire by that time?
Multi.
Oh.
Multi.
So from being a millionaire to losing everything now?
Yeah, now it's a journey now of losing everything. I become declared insolvent, I was sequestrated. In fact, I took myself there because I couldn't take it anymore.
It was a lot.
So I declared myself bankrupt so that I can just have peace. Well, so the debts that I had were more than 300 million that time. So yeah. And that strike, and it also struck in my marriage. And then I had to divorce again. And now that story you read, it says from Multi Millionaire to be homeless.
To be homeless,
that's
yes.
when I lost everything. And then I became homeless with my kids. For 4 to 5 years.
Yes. Now, Sis Palesa, this is now from you being homeless, losing everything actually, and now you are going through a lot. You even survived depression. Please take me through that.
Okay. While then I was not finding myself, not understanding what was happening at that time. I was sick, you know, and decided to go to the hospital. And the person that assisted me told me, Gucci, I don't see you sick. You look depressed. Tell me, what is your problem? That doctor, and I explained the doctor, and that doctor said to me, look at me. And said, you know what? You are very much beautiful. I was like, oh, serious? Said, I want to marry you and take care of you and your children. I was like, what? Another relief again.
Yes.
And he took us in with the kids, and it was such a, a break. You know, some people will say, oh, this is such a breakthrough in my life. You know, I had not having a car anymore at that time. Now I'm driving. All of a sudden, 2 minutes. He said, no, take this car, you use it. And the finances I was involved, put me in all of his finances. And I was like, oh, where does this person come from?
God sent.
God sent.
Yes.
But again, at that marriage, I think I was not okay.
Of course,
psychologically,
yeah.
I was not well. And Gantinaye, he's expecting something that he can definitely not get from me. And then my expectations are okay, they were too much for me. And he actually wanted to take away the Palesa that I am, you know, and make me somebody else that
you're not.
And I ended up getting a psychiatric ward. It was in that marriage. And that's how also my marriage ended.
So this
was my third one.
Marriage.
And now back to square one.
Oh. Now I want us to
Back
come
to
into
square one now.
We're going back to Soweto now.
Yeah, now going back to
From
Soweto.
the mansions.
From the
to-
mansions, from the
Back to
cars,
Soweto.
from everything now. And in the house already there are tenants that are staying there, and I'm just asking them for one room inside the house.
Eish.
So that I can just have a place to stay. Because I can't afford to chase them. I need that money.
Now there's the society at Soweto, Principal Sobuyile.
Keneilwe suburbs, high life, everything is done, And I really think that time of my life, because that one, is the time I've always told people that in that room alone, that was such a special moment of my life, but I was not aware of it at that time.
Of course.
But that was a transaction that was happening, because that was where God wanted me. God wanted me to be alone.
Yes.
He didn't want me to be around everything that I had. He wanted me and him.
Because you get distracted when you are around people.
And when you are busy, always busy and whatever. And that was the time I started afresh to mourn for my loss, to mourn for my business, for my marriage. So that transition, it was very much therapy. But more than anything, it was the time I was trying to commit suicide, attempting to commit suicide several times. Because I would have so much pain that I can feel it now, I can't carry it. Let me drink this. It won't happen anything. Like how God, everything you've taken was just in my life, because there's no need. I don't see myself why I'm still alive. And why you don't want me to die?
Yeah.
Because now I don't see any reason why I'm still living.
Yeah.
And that place, that moment, it's when I met God face to face.
Oh.
And meeting God face to face, many people, they always ask me how. I can't explain.
You cannot.
All I can say is that me, myself, I had moved and I didn't believe anymore that God existed. I don't want to lie. And if you ask me, did I pray? No. Pray for what? What do we pray for?
You were tired and exhausted.
I was broke. I was hungry. I was,
broken. Everything.
Yeah. I was just a dead body walking on the street, you see. But there was one moment where I felt, you know what? There is God. He had to show himself to me.
Yes.
In a way that even if I can't explain it, but that embracement, that warmth, I did feel it. And from that moment, I was able to hear his sound or his voice. And then Soweto Business Forum started via the tenants saying, no, let's go. I said, I don't have 10 people there, man. I can't even take a taxi. Then no, come, let's go. And I was then assisting the entrepreneurs, the executive there, in terms of understanding the basic needs of the business. Because remember, that time I've been in business already for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I know the ins and the outs of the business. And I was still sequestrated, but my sequestration was finishing on that year. So I was like, because when you're sequestrated, it's another thing that is a serious big problem in South Africa or in the world.
Of course.
Because you work, you accumulate, and then you get into debt, then they sequestrate you, then they say for 4 years, don't do anything. You don't work, you don't do anything. So they are just waiting to hear when are you dead. They don't expect you to come back. Because they know psychologically you have lost.
I'm my next.
So what is that you are going to be living for? And because that alone was a killer on its own. It's a silent killer. You cannot register a company, cannot work. So what are you supposed to do for the whole 4 years? Nothing. And that side we are depressed again.
Yes.
So
you're going through a lot.
So they just want you to commit suicide and die. And then there was the elections. Then I was then elected as the deputy president of Soweto Business Forum, and that was the life spinner.
So Sis
that
Palesa,
was the
God
life
wanted
spinner.
you to go to Soweto and change lives.
Yeah. And he did not only just say, because now you are in a deputy president of Soweto Business Forum, you are working there. No. Deputy, for me to be a deputy president of Soweto, it was my first step to rising. Because all the activities and the boards I've served, because they were referred me through Soweto Business Forum. It is what has made my profile, that one I sent you. Yes. Because it was after my sequestration. I have served in so many organizations, big organizations, organizations that they are not talking of millions now, not billions.
Yes.
Their budgets are trillions. And all of that, now it then made me to realize, my purpose is to work with the people.
Of course.
And to assist people. So when you check on the organizations that I'm busy working with, and the ones that I've started working since the Soweto Business Forum, it's mostly about communities, building people, building businesses, assisting people to build generational wealth from whatever they have around them, teaching them, assisting them, making sure that they do things and change their lives. And one day I said, so I went through all of this so that I can know all of that.
Power.
So that then now I can then serve,
of course,
people.
Because you've been through it.
Yeah, because I've been through it. And then when I was also elected as the president for Women in Power globally, it was because of my story.
An amazing one.
It was because of my story, and now there's trust from the women that this woman, when I come to her and say, I could not perform well because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the house. I know it. I understand it very well. Yeah. If somebody says, I've just lost a child, I know the pain. I lost a mother. I know. So I was being prepared for what I'm doing today. But then that time, it was so much pain. I didn't understand what was going on. And why does God doesn't like me, or God hates me?
And He's got plans.
And since I've been working now, on Saturday I went to an event that I was called the Women's Seminar. And when I was being, welcomed, they read my profile. I was looking around. I thought they were talking about somebody else.
And it's you. You cannot believe it, actually. Yeah.
The jobs that I'm doing, when somebody's saying it, I get scared.
Ms. Palesa, I want to get into the transformation of the community. Since you said it's not only Soweto, but it's, it being broad. Are you seeing the transformation? Because we as people, we love being so spoiled. We are so, we love being stagnant. We don't love to do things. Are you seeing the transformation being done? And are you seeing you fulfilling the duties which God has outlined for you?
Yeah, there is big transaction that is happening, especially in the townships. Just that, remember, the country itself is coming from a very terrible state, COVID. And then that state, COVID, has taught us a lot about running business, especially now digital, more than anything, because we cannot be still backwards when everything now, everybody, the stats shows that it's just in the country, and 90% of the people in the country, 90%, they have cell phones.
Yeah, of course.
So that shows good, we have to, even when we are introducing whatever business, it has to have a certain of a platform.
Yes.
Then people, they have to then learn good how then it's usable. We lost so many offices, we lost so many shops, but every business that was successful, it was running via digital.
Yes, everything was digital.
Yeah, and for the townships, I've then 2 weeks back launched Ikasi Connect, which is a platform that is specially designed for township entrepreneurs, that they are going to be now a mobile office on their own, and so that they are able to understand even getting them geographically. Because we know in our townships, if you are a business and me now here, I'm a big one, I'm a shell, I'm a garage, I'm looking for you in Google.
Yes.
I won't find you, I'll only see this one.
Yeah.
So now it really kills us, because now if the circulation of the money is not circulating within the townships, then there will never be any development. When you are talking of a township economy today, all these businesses that are small, they are not calculated, but they are part of the economy. When they will tell you that the township economy has moved from this and this, they are talking of ShopRite and Pick n Pay in the township.
In the township, of course.
They are not talking about your business. They are not talking about that. So that's when we felt that there's a need of that, and we really need. So it's part of what I'm supposed to deliver as well. And also with you understand, Gucci, from there, I started then working with business forums around the country. I've worked with about 16 villages. Now, working in the villages, it then now involves the traditional leaders, which are the kings and the queens. And by that is when now the teaching came, good guys, as much as you're a forum or a business forum looking for the money from the mines and what, but you have the land, you can do agriculture, you can do this, you can do that. You understand? And that is when now this teaching started to go across the country. And by growing across the country, that is when then I was then made an ambassador for SWAF Federal. Now SWAF Federal, then they took me and put me Kings and Queens African Network, so that now I work with all the African kings and queens. And from then I was then made an ambassador for African State of Diaspora. Now in advocating and teaching culture and tradition to our fellow Africans that were left Africa via slavery. Through slavery, that are in the Europe. You understand? So now my work every day is growing in that way. So now it has moved now only from the township, go to the 9 provinces, then went to Africa. Then now we are talking globally around the world. So
can you finish writing the book, because this one needs
So now this year I'm also a nominee for the World Icon award from the Women's World Council. And all of these awards that are busy coming, when people are following me on social media, all these awards, they are coming in different ways. That because of now the work. So now you can imagine from where I was
To
now. So I always say, I am so jealous about this one.
yes.
That time when I was living with those millions, I really thought I have it
You
all.
have it all, yeah.
Only didn't I know that now I have it all, because now it's not about me, but it's for everyone.
Oh, that's Palesa.
You see, the difference is that now it's for
Everyone, yeah.
You know, so I've always told people that will come with different problems, and when I advise you, I will tell you, good, it's going to end. You look at me like,
You're like,
this one, I know it's going to pass.
Yeah.
And the measure of your success is based on the measure of your problems, of what you are facing right now. Then that's what helps you. That's how you measure where you are going. That's how you measure your blessing. So can you believe sometimes I say, if my problems were a little bit extra, maybe now maybe I was going to be president of the country, because now because they were lesser, this is where I'm getting.
Where you are. Yeah. Oh, it's just, you know, since you've got a lot of stuff, but since we have to wrap it up, yes, can you just give us a glimpse of your book? There's a book that's coming, so I just want people to know what should they expect from that book.
Okay, the book that is coming is a book that was written by Martin Manamela, the author, and it's called From Great Mess to Greatness.
Ooh.
The book contains life as you, as yourself. You know, everyone wants money. Yeah. Everybody wants money. But no one knows that you are a currency yourself.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
You are looking for what you are already. And that book has so much that can help anybody. It's not just about being an entrepreneur,
yes,
but it's all about who are you and where are you coming from, where are you going, and yes, it's going to really assist. I'm telling you.
Where can we expect?
Soon.
Ms. Palesa, such an amazing and interesting journey. Let me just take this moment to thank you for coming into this Dawning experience. We really, really appreciate you so much.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for the invite.
Yes.
And I hope that you don't just do this thing for me as well. You do it to others as well. Your warmth, your welcome, and your love that we have. Please continue.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you are not inspired, I don't know. Something is wrong with you. So I hope you're going to watch this and just subscribe to Dawning Experience with Chami Moroke.